Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing as we continue with Who Were You? This has been really interesting as we go through the book, but using the tarot cards. Okay, so we've had a look at different aspects and we've answered some questions. So where do we go to next? So there is some look at some different things which is on my previous videos. Things like have we lived many lives, and it goes through rites of passage, the journey of the Shen Shou, reincarnation of rites and passages, the 4 Hindu pathways or yoga, talks about the origin of soul, the fate of soul and destiny, depending on whether you're Christian, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism and Taoism. So it just goes through a whole lot of information. Are we an adaptable system? Just goes through many things, adapting for physical life. Just does go through a whole lot of information. 2 main theories of evolution. Shall we have been here before? The 4 anthropic principles. It just goes on a whole lot of stuff. Then we've got 3 dimensions of thought. Right? So it does talk about 3 dimensions of thought. The question is, do I think there is eternal life? Okay, and then we look at, what do you think? Spiritual ideas, logical ideas, and creative ideas. And we look at who were you before this conception, during this life, and after this life. Okay, so what I want to do is a couple of things. Firstly, we're going to start with, have we lived many lives? That one question that I answered. Have we lived many lives? And so I want to see what the cards say. Have we lived many lives? So let's have a look at that. Have we lived many lives? Have we lived many lives? One. Okay, so there's the Page of Coins. The Tower again. Why do we keep getting the Tower each time? It does seem to be coming up with a lot about rebuilding. So it feels like a yes, we've had many lives in this situation. And again, we've got Page of Swords. So yes, I feel like there was definitely many lives. So we have the Page of Coins, Pentacles, whatever you like to call them, Tower, and Page of Swords. So yeah, definitely feel like it's, yes, we've lived many lives. Or I've lived many lives with the thing of always learning something new, a sense of destruction, doom and gloom, things being destroyed, having enlightenment, a rebuilding of the situation, definitely breaking down of barriers and things like that. I think that's really part of the thing. I feel like the earth shook, basically. And then this whole communication, this whole, the truth of it all. I just feel like there's this new learning, new development in so many ways. So yeah, definitely feel like, have I lived many lives? Yep. So what cards did you get? Okay, 3 dimensions of thought. Do you think there is external life? Okay, do you think there is external life? So let's have a look. Do I think there is external life? Oh, eternal life, sorry, not external. Eternal life. Do I think there is eternal life? Do the cards reveal eternal life? So let's have a look. Here we have strength, courage, endurance. So endurance to me talks about things being eternal in some way. Here you've got your actions with consequences. This is interesting, isn't it? So I'm just getting down here somewhere. And here I'm getting judgment, a reawakening, a resurrection. So that to me is very much in sync. This is interesting. Do I think there is eternal life? So I got strength, which to me was about endurance, right? So endurance to me tells me about a long time. Justice talks about the actions of consequences. So yeah, I think there are always consequences to your actions, and so yeah, I feel like and you're being judged, or you're being you're being looked at. So yeah, I just feel like there is that whole thing. And then the judgment card here. It's interesting because I've got justice and judgment. So this to me is about a resurrection. So yeah, I definitely feel like with an eternal life, there's that complete resurrection all the time, that reincarnation idea. So yeah, interesting looking at that. So let's have a look at spiritual ideas, logical ideas, and creative ideas. Okay, so let's look at spiritual ideas first. Let's see. Spiritual ideas. Ooh. Okay, spiritual ideas, I got the 10 of Pentacles. So that to me talks about inheritance, right? So I think our spiritual ideas are inherited. It's interesting. Logical ideas. Logical ideas, I got the 8. That's interesting. Okay, it goes back to the other, reading the other that I did. 8 of Wands. Sorry. What am I doing 8? It's 9 of Wands, isn't it? 9 of Wands. So this to me is about perseverance. That's interesting, perseverance. So being able to persevere with some ideas. That's what's logical, to persevere. Okay, creative ideas. Creative ideas. Ten of Cups. So that's creative ideas is to me about using your feelings, emotions, completeness, a sense of union, in a way, a sense of wholeness. It's interesting. Okay, so now we've looked at that. So, and here, so the spiritual ideas was 10 of Pentacles, which was about being inherited. Logical ideas was 9 of Wands, with perseverance. You know, keep going, don't give up with your ideas. And creative ideas is this whole feeling. It's all about, you know, feeling that sense of wholeness, that completeness, like everything's sort of coming together in some way. It's interesting. Okay, so next thing I want to do is, who were you? And for that, I want to use Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle. Okay, and then this will be it for now. So let's have a look. So who were you? So let's have a look. Who was I? Who was I? Who was I? Okay, could be something to do with health. Who was I before this connection? Oh, execution. So was I executioner or was I executed? Definitely something to do with maybe a death of some sort. So that's interesting. Health executed during this life. Who am I during this life? A warrior in some way. Maybe something to do with war. Maybe I'm finding myself always in battle of some sort. And who am I after this life? So who am I next? Okay, so let's have a look. Military. So it's interesting when you look at it like that. Okay, so when you look at it just quickly, we're not without going into too much detail. Okay, so who was I, or who were I? Okay, who am I overall? It's everything to do with health issues. So that seems to be my thing. Is there always seems to be something related to health, and that's interesting because here we have this execution is next. So I was executed beforehand in some way, or dealt with being executed, maybe being an executioner, maybe it was a witness to execution, or snitch. No, I don't feel that. Okay, definitely feel like there was something to do with something to do with the throat. Okay, this is telling me this was something to do with the throat beforehand. Okay, so this could have been something to do with the throat. It's interesting, throat issues. Okay, and during this life, I might have found myself in a war of some sort. Now, I find myself in battles and conflicts, and that's so true. And I think that's with being who I am and where I'm placed in this world, who my family, all those things come into play in many aspects. So that's interesting. This battles of conflicts and things like this. And who will I be next? Again, we have military. So again, we have the sense of war, of battles and conflicts. So this might be something that I need to really work on. If all my life have always been in regards to health because of battles and conflict, that's interesting. If it was beforehand, during and after. So what lessons do I need to learn from here? What do I need to clear? That's really interesting to think of the cards that actually came up for that. So who were you before this connection? So who am I overall, right? Who was I overall? It's always about health issues all the way through it. So before this connection, during this actual life, and then after this life. So the life beforehand, the life now, and the life after is what we've looked at here. And the overall, it's all to do with the health issues. And I felt this was very much about the throat. So whether the execution was something to do with strangling of the throat in some way, it's interesting. And that seems to be a big thing for me. Like it is about, I do get a lot of issues with my throat, so that could be part of it. So that might be something I need to clear away. So, and yes, I do find myself constantly in war, in battles, in conflicts and things. And and that's a personal thing, personal trauma and stuff. That's personal stuff. And then the next time could be some more, again, we've got some more battles and conflicts with the military. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, that's it for me. Take care. And blessed be. Don't forget to check the links below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. So that's it from me. Take care, and blessed be.